Hello there again, YouTubers. Jordan Blakey, the Liver Flush Man here today with another recipe. This is a liver cleansing detox juice recipe with just 2 simple ingredients. Alright, we're going to go through the ingredients. We're going to explain what they do for the liver, and let's get into it here. Alright, so first of all, the 2 ingredients we have here, dandelion greens right here. Okay, and then dandelions are one of the 3 most popular liver cleansing support herbs. The 3 most popular liver cleansing support herbs are dandelion, milk thistle, and burdock root. There are many others, but those are possibly the 3 most popular and most commonly used among the liver cleansing community and such. So first of all, the dandelion greens here, I got these at at Nature's Market, an organic grocery store, which contains nice products like this. Dandelion greens, the nice thing about dandelion is that it grows in the wild in a lot of places in the world. Where I live in Canada, on the west coast of Canada, on Vancouver Island, dandelion grows like weed. It's actually considered a weed. It grows wild everywhere. You can find it all over the place. And a little tip on the dandelion green is that not only is the dandelion green good for the liver, also the flower, the stem, and the root. So every single part of the dandelion is useful and good medicine for the liver. Okay, the dandelion, it protects liver cells, it repairs, restores, and rejuvenates liver cells. So very amazing herb, and when you get it in its fresh form like this and you juice it, it's way more effective than buying a dandelion supplement where it's been processed and put into a powder. It loses the digestive enzymes, the antioxidants, and the life force in the food when it goes into the pill form and goes into the powder, right? Because there's usually a heat process involved. The higher end supplements you can get are low temperature processed. So there are higher quality supplements than others, and it has to do with the processing and a lot to do with the heat that is used when making the product. So alright, so the dandelion green, and the other product is apples here. And I'm going to tell you a thing about apples. Apples contain malic acid. Alright, malic acid is an ingredient that helps dissolve liver and gallbladder stones. Alright, and I've done testing on different products that can dissolve liver and gallbladder stones. I'll tell you some of the ingredients that I did a scientific experiment and I found to be able to dissolve liver and gallstones. Lemon juice is one. Kombucha mushroom tea. The kombucha mushroom tea. We got also orthophosphoric acid, which is a liver cleansing product you can buy. Also pure malic acid powder, apple cider vinegar, aloe vera juice. Alright, those are to name a few right there. And all apples contain malic acid, but green Granny Smith apples contain the highest concentration of malic acid. The thing about these apples that I got here, pretty much typically a lot of places in the world you'll find that if you go out in nature or even around your city and parks and stuff, you'll find fruit trees around that basically most people don't bother to pick the fruits, and they're available for people that want to pick them. Typically I go up and I shake the branches and the apples will fall. I'll collect them, bring them home, and I'll use them for juicing and stuff. So that's a very resourceful way to find basically organic apples. Although in cities you get pollution from cars and things, but even organic orchards are still getting pollutions from chemtrails, just the air in general from cars and everything. So yeah, you can be really resourceful and find your own apples, and I got lucky and found a nice huge orchard that has apples, peaches, pears, and cherries. So I actually go there and I basically have apples throughout the summer all the way up until October that I can pick the apples. So we're using the dandelion greens, which is a bitter, and the bitters are typically almost always good for the liver, bitter foods, the raw foods. And the apples are sweet, they contain natural sugars, structured water, vitamin C, other antioxidants, and because they're sweet, it'll help balance this bitter flavor, make it a nice, amazing liver tonic juice here. And so that's it. And then we're going to go into here about the juicer here, about different juicers. There are different quality juicers. This juicer here, I'll go over this one and why I like it as opposed to other juicers. This one here is an omega juicer. It's called an omega juicer. It's one of the better juicers. There are better ones as well, but this is just fine. It does great. This is all stainless steel here. It's got little holes around the sides where the water comes out as it spins. Here's the blade here, and this is also replaceable and stainless steel. So so the only little plastic part is this, but that does not get contaminated into the juice because there's no actual spinning parts on this little plastic part, and the rest is all stainless steel. So that is really the difference I've had through the years. I bought juicers, I bought cheap ones through thrift stores and things that they had plastic parts, part of the parts that moved were plastic, and I mean, they still are okay, but in reality, if you can afford it, it's much better to get a higher quality one, especially if you're really serious about cleansing and detoxing your body. You know, I've seen sometimes the plastic parts, I've even seen the plastic rubbing and plastic pieces came off, so it really defeats the purpose in a lot of ways. Oops, I'm not cutting these here. So this is it. We'll turn on the juicer here, and we'll get this going here. We'll put the Dandelion. Okay, the motor would just do a little bit at a time here. It works hard. Okay, so far we've done the dandelion greens there, and it actually produced about 3 ounces of dandelion green juice here. So that's a good amount for those little dandelions there. Now with the apples here, you know, of course it's always good to wash them, and then I just like to cut both sides like this down the sides, and then just that way right there you get the core out. Alright, so it's quite easy. And then of course I like to compost this and use it for the garden. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, if you want to watch the rest of the video, that's fine, but basically I'm just going to be juicing these, and it's simple as that. Again, watch out for bugs and parasites as well. If you see any worms or anything, make sure you get those. Just one more little note here is that you saw when I was juicing those dandelion greens how the motor was working pretty hard, and what I did was I used this to, you don't just press really hard down and the motor starts to stop. That wears your motor down, and it could damage the motor. So you want to press a little bit at a time. Things like apples and carrots and beets and celery and stuff like that, most vegetables you use don't work too hard in the motor, and you can just press down pretty hard and the motor doesn't start wearing down. But when it comes to like greens and things like that where it's soft, then the actual blades can't really cut into that material because it's soft and bendable. So just bear that in mind. You don't want to wear out your motor. And again, things like dandelion greens and stuff on a just normal cheap juicer, typically that motor is not going to do very well with things like that. So also keep that in mind with this. There are also, you can get hand juicers like wheatgrass juicers, and that is pretty good too. It's not quite as effective, but you don't need power or electricity. You can get the good juice out of it, and that works pretty good too. So there we go. We got all the apples cut up now. You can see it doesn't take that long to make this. We'll get this thing fired up and get these going. That's the liver cleansing detox tonic there, dandelion greens and apples. And like I said, the neat thing about this recipe is a lot of places in the world apples grow wild, and then so do dandelion greens, so you could actually make this without actually buying any of the ingredients. You would just basically need to have a juicer. Alright, so that's it on that one, and enjoy this recipe. It's really good. Here, I'll give this a little taste and see, mix her up, stir her up here, and let you know how it is here. Perfect, a perfect balance of sweetness and bitterness, which just gives a nice neutral flavor and taste. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. It's another amazing liver detox drink with just 2 simple ingredients. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm Jordan Blakey, the Liver Flush Man.